Over the last 12 months, corporate networks have been flooded with artificial intelligence applications. Companies are pushing these platforms to their teams at a massive scale. In just 1 year, the number of employees granted access to sanctioned AI tools has jumped by 50%. Nearly 60% of enterprise workers are now equipped with approved AI software. The deployment phase is succeeding, but daily workflow integration plateaus. Among those with access, fewer than 60% use it daily, a rate unchanged for a year. Buying thousands of software licenses is a procurement exercise. Integrating those tools into the core habits of an organization requires a cohesive, structural strategy. The modern enterprise has mastered the mechanics of distribution, but they have reached a utilization ceiling. The software is on the desktop, but the work remains the same. Simply providing the software doesn't force a transformation. Without a change in organizational strategy, the majority of this technological capacity sits idle. To find why that integration has stalled, we have to look at the drop-off point between testing an idea and running it at scale. This funnel shows the survival rate of AI experiments. When localized pilot tests hit the production filter, most dissolve. Right now, only 25% of organizations successfully move 40% of their experiments into production. They are the statistical minority. Pilots create a false sense of security. In a controlled, siloed environment, an AI model will routinely achieve high accuracy and fast processing times. Moving to production exposes the flaws those pilots hide. Systemic integration complexities and unexpected edge cases turn projects that looked easy in testing into multi-year liabilities. This friction leads directly to a condition known as pilot fatigue. Instead of undertaking the difficult work of forcing a successful pilot into the corporate infrastructure, companies choose the path of least resistance. They continuously fund new, low-risk pilots to project an illusion of forward momentum. Yet the pathway through the chasm is documented. 54% of enterprises expect to cross that 40% production threshold within the next 6 months. The barrier to scaling is rarely a limitation of the underlying code. It is a failure of organizational stamina and strategic roadmapping. For the minority of organizations successfully pushing AI into production, we have to evaluate the financial returns they are actually generating. This pyramid maps process transformation. 37% operate at the surface level, 30% engage in process redesign, and 34% pursue deep transformation. The bottom 37% treat AI as an overlay, optimizing legacy workflows rather than questioning if those processes should exist. This surface-level approach works for basic cost cutting. 66% report achieving efficiency gains today, but cost cutting is not growth. 74% state that top-line revenue growth is a primary goal, yet the data shows a severe gap. Currently, only 20% of organizations are seeing revenue increase as a direct result of AI. That 20% success rate is gated by operational strategy. Unlocking new revenue requires ascending to the top of the pyramid and transforming actual products and business models. Efficiency is becoming a baseline requirement across every industry. Gaining true strategic differentiation means rebuilding the business model from the ground up, rather than pasting a new interface over the old one. So, what exactly is blocking the majority of companies from reaching that top tier of transformation? This 84% figure represents companies that have made no effort to redesign jobs or structural workflows around AI capabilities. These companies are caught in the fluency trap. They assume that if they educate their employees on how to prompt an AI, building software fluency, organizational change will naturally follow. Giving an employee an advanced tool might halve their task time, but if the linear chain of approval stays the same, the organization gains zero speed. To escape this trap, organizations must re-architect roles, moving human strengths to the center of the workflow. Treating AI as a personal productivity shortcut keeps the organization tethered to old, slow processes. Without macro-architectural redesign, a company's ability to scale new revenue is capped. Failing to structurally rebuild these workflows today creates a mounting operational risk. Enterprise AI is shifting towards autonomous systems that can execute multi-step processes and complex reasoning. We are observing an aggressive expansion into physical operations. Today, 58% of companies are deploying physical AI, integrating autonomous systems directly into industrial environments. Right behind that physical expansion is agentic AI. These systems execute actions and solve complex problems without needing a human prompt for every step. This radar chart maps adoption intent against governance maturity. 74% of enterprises plan to deploy agentic systems within 2 years. Now compare that to actual oversight. Only 21% of companies report having a mature governance model for autonomous agents. This creates a severe asymmetry. Deploying autonomous systems on top of unarchitected legacy workflows without mature governance controls invites unpredictable financial liabilities. The period for passive experimentation has officially expired. Business leaders face a definitive choice. To see results in 2026, leaders have to move past purchasing AI as a standalone tool and begin using it to rebuild the company's operational logic. The ultimate edge of this technology is a structural barrier. Breaking through requires the calculated alignment of human intent, robust governance, and reimagined business models.